Welcome to Iceland and welcome to this new vlog. We are here in Iceland for the next 9 days, driving all around the perimeter of the island nation to see all the natural beauty. Today is our first day. We flew in this morning and our first stop is at arguably the most famous place in all of Iceland, the Blue Lagoon. Look at this iconic geothermal hot spring. So the Blue Lagoon is actually a perfect first stop because it is close to the airport, which is on the southwest corner of Iceland, about 45 minutes southwest of the capital of Reykjavik. And it's good because we had an overnight flight, so a nice relaxing way to ease into the trip. Take a look at all of the steam here. The water is super nice and warm from the geothermal activity. And of course, it has the famous blue color. Your arms have always been my hideaway. The only place where I will ever feel truly safe. The harder you pull, the harder I fall. We are now ending off our first day of the trip here in the capital city of Reykjavik. Here is the city, and we're walking along the streets to check out some of the top sites, starting off here at the Sun Voyager sculpture. You can see we are right by the western coast of Iceland. Now here we are at the famous Rainbow Street in Reykjavik, which leads to the most famous landmark in the city, which is the church. Alright, it is day 2 and today we are officially starting our week-long journey all around the perimeter of Iceland along the Ring Road. And today is an especially exciting day because we are doing the popular Golden Circle in the southwest of Iceland, which includes a lot of the most popular spots, including here, our first stop at Thingvellir National Park, which marks the eastern boundary of the North American tectonic plate. And then you can also hike along the plate and see the Rift Valley, which is actually behind me back there. I was waiting right there, away from hiding from the bed and hiding from the bed. I was standing right there in Iceland. So as you might know, Iceland is a very geothermally active area, and here we have the Stroker geyser. You can see the steam coming out of the ground, and this geyser actually erupts approximately every 10 minutes or so. So we're gonna wait and hopefully see an eruption. So one part of Iceland's nature which is really famous are its waterfalls, and today we are seeing some of the most famous ones. This one right here is Gullfoss Falls, which is special because of the cascading structure, which is really like multiple waterfalls in one. This is my ride, this is my ride. We are now here at the Cario crater, which, as you can see, is an old volcanic crater that actually now has a lake in the middle of it. Very interesting. Now here we are at one of the most famous waterfalls in all of Iceland, Seljalandsfoss. Look at that tall waterfall, and this one's really special because there is this path here where you can actually walk behind the waterfall. last stop in today's action-packed day of exploring Iceland's Golden Circle is here at the Skogafoss waterfall, considered one of the most beautiful falls in Iceland. Now we have made it to where we are staying here for the night. It's not a hotel, it's not an Airbnb. We are actually glamping. Look at this tent. This is our home for the night, and we are really out here in the nature of Iceland. Also, I want to note, it is actually past midnight right now, and look how bright it still is. One of the big benefits of visiting Iceland in July. Alright, now let's do a quick tent tour. Come on in with me. Welcome to our home for the night. Nice cozy little tent. Now time to get some sleep because we've got some very exciting activities planned in the morning. Good early morning from somewhere in southern Iceland here at our glamping area. I have to be honest with you, as I'm always honest with my videos. The sleeping situation last night was not the best. The wind was making so much noise against our tent, and it was so bright since it never really gets dark here in the summer, and it was also cold in the tent. But you know what? We made it through, and here I'll show you some more clips of some of the amenities like the shower area and also the bathrooms, which honestly, pretty decent. They definitely got the job done. But yeah, feeling a little bit sleepy this morning, but it is time to hit the road because we have 2 hours to drive to the Snæfellsnes Glacier. We have two really special and uniquely Icelandic experiences today, which I'm very excited about. First, a glacier hike at the glacier, and then we are going kayaking at a glacier lagoon. So with that kind of excitement, it's hard to be too tired. So let's go and hit
And I swear, if they could talk, they would say, calm it down, it's alright.
Now here we are at the glacier. I've got my crampons on, got my ice pick, ready to hike up.
You told the moon about it's your mind in the way of a good time. I'm freaking out, I'm at the tip of the iceberg. But nothing's gonna slow it down.
This is some very fresh, natural glacier water straight from the source. You can actually drink it. How is it, Umar?
Very refreshing. Almost as good as Poland Spring.
So now we are here at Diamond Beach, which is one of the famous black sand beaches here in Iceland. The black color comes from the volcanic activity on the island, and the cool thing about Diamond Beach is you can see there are icebergs out in the water and actually on the shore as well. And this is the sea out here. This water just around the corner leads to the Jökulsárlón Glacial Lagoon, which is a really beautiful lagoon with icebergs. Now that sort of leads me into some slightly bad news, which is our kayaking for today was actually canceled because it is super windy out here. But we're still gonna go check out the lagoon, and it should be very nice.
I know that at the tip of the iceberg, it's only going down. It's only going down. Mom don't have our old address, but that don't mean I miss it.
So after some more eastwardly driving along the southern coast of Iceland, we have made it to the small fishing town of Hoffen in the southeast of Iceland, where we're going to be spending our night. Look at this beautiful sunset behind me and the water out there. Really nice little town. Tomorrow we are going to finish up heading to the far east of Iceland and then start turning northward and drive along the eastern
Place I found my legs, and I swear if she was here she would say, calm it down, it's alright. You got everything you used to talk about.
What a beautiful sunny morning today here in Hoffen, Iceland. You can see our nice Airbnb that we stayed in last night. the mountains in the back beyond this little residential area, and on the other side you have the water. So Hoffen is about as far along the ring road as many people who visit Iceland go, because a lot of the top or more popular sites are along the southern coast, but not us. Today we are continuing along the ring road eastward, starting to turn north along the eastern fjords of Iceland, and we're going to really see over the next several days what the rest of the ring road in Iceland has in store. I have a feeling it's going to be a lot more natural beauty, so let's go and hit the road. Now here we are at Snæfellsnes, which is this super scenic place with this big black sand beach at the base of the Vestrahorn mountain. Just take a look at the beauty of this spot.
You don't even realize I'm enamored by your smile, and when I look into your eyes, it reminds me how I'm falling.
We've got a big time race across the sand between these two happening right now. 3, 2, 1, go! Oh, Mamadou wins! That was close. Now we are driving up along the windy coastal roads up through the eastern fjords of Iceland, and take a look at some of these views.
Falling more deep, falling for more deep in love with you.
So along the fjords there are a bunch of these small fishing towns. This one is Djúpivogur, and there's actually a good amount of people here. You can see mountains in the back, and there's actually a cruise ship here. Just stopping here for a quick look.
Feel your love flowing like a waterfall, flowing like a waterfall. I wanna feel it all.
So we are now a little bit inland from the eastern fjords, and look at this place where we have stopped. It is so beautiful with all the mountains and these waterfalls running down them and a river down there. All around there is this beautiful nature, and no one else is here.
Take me in your waterfall.
We have now made it to the small town of Seyðisfjörður, which is located at the end of this fjord all the way on the east coast of Iceland. You can see it is surrounded by all the mountains with all these waterfalls coming down. A nice little town to spend the night.
I feel every part of you while your current takes me in, and nothing can compare to you.
It is a new day, and today we are driving across the remote region of northeast Iceland, and our first stop is here at the Stöðlagil Canyon. There's actually quite an interesting history about this canyon. So in the mid 2000s they created a dam which decreased the water level a lot and actually exposed a lot of these basalt column cliffs here. And then in 2016 there was a photographer who came and started photographing it, and only then did this place actually get popular. So it's a very cool place, and we're gonna check it out and then get back on the road.
Girl, if you call me, I'd say that I'm all alone.
So we have now been driving for a couple hours through northeastern Iceland, and for the most part, as far as the eye can see, it's just been barren, rocky landscape. Until here, we have reached Falls, which, according to the source that you looked at, is either the most powerful or second most powerful waterfall in all of Europe.
So that you don't hang up the phone, please don't press that button.
Now we're here at the very geothermal area where
to me.
Now we're making a stop here at the Dimmuborgir lava fields. You can see all these formations here are actually from historic eruptions from the volcano, and they are lava.
To tell you the truth, I told my friends I forgot about you.
It is a new day, and last night we stayed at a spot near Lake Mývatn, which is behind me. It is a large lake in northeast Iceland. We are going to check out a cave nearby this morning and then head on across the northern coast to the north central region of Iceland. Now here we are inside the Gurjogaya cave, which is the small cave. You can see the entrance up there. It's small but super cool. Look at that clear water inside the cave.
Out of plain sight, your arms have always been my hideaway. The only place where I will ever feel truly safe. The harder you pull, the harder I fall.
We're now at Hringsbjörg on the Fjords Peninsula on the north central coast of Iceland, and this is one of the best places to see puffins, which are here during the warmer months of the year. You can see this is the coastline of the peninsula, and there are all these rocky cliffs where the puffins fall.
Do you feel it, feel it? Do you feel it, feel it? I can feel it, and I need this. Do you feel it, feel it? Do you feel it, feel it? I can feel it,
We are now walking through the northern coastal town of Húsavík, which is known as the capital of northern Iceland. You can see the town behind me. Here is the old church, and on the other side is Húsavík Harbor with all the boats and the snow-capped mountains across the water.
it's you.
Now here we are at one of the top spots in Húsavík, which is the GeoSea geothermal baths. Take a look at this infinity pool, which is heated by the geothermal heat, and it overlooks the water and Húsavík Harbor.
It's always been you. It's you.
Iceland sure has a lot of beautiful waterfalls, and this is one of the most beautiful ones. Godafoss. Look at that semicircular shaped waterfall. So after our day of exploring the north central area of Iceland, we are now about 30 minutes driving to the west of the town of Akureyri, which we're going to check out tomorrow morning. And here is our home for the night. Look at this house at the base of these snow-capped mountains, and we are really out here in all this open land. There is barely anyone around us. Just some cows over here, and we even have a nice big waterfall on the mountain behind us. Cool place to stay. Now time to get some rest, and I'll see you in the morning. Good morning from the northern Iceland town of Akureyri. This is actually the fourth largest town in Iceland, and you can see it's actually quite sizable. There's even some cruise ships back there. We're going to take a walk through the town, check out the botanical garden, and then hit the road, because today we have the longest driving day of the trip, about 5.5 hours of driving all the way to the western end of Iceland in the Snæfellsnes Peninsula.
I was sitting right there in East End, full of something bad, full of something bad. I was thinking of leaving it all here.
So we're now around halfway through our long westerly drive across northwest Iceland, and here we are making a stop at the Caligulafur Canyon, which you can see has some really cool waterfalls.
Wait for something right.
So finally now, after 5 hours of westward driving across Iceland, we have made it all the way to the western end of the country here on the Snæfellsnes Peninsula. We've stopped at the harbor town of Stekkshólmur, and I've hiked up from down there to the edge of the northern coast of the peninsula and just take a look at these incredible views of the land and the water all around. Now I'm gonna go grab some food and head to the Airbnb to get some rest because we've got a big day of exploring this peninsula. Now we have made it to our Airbnb for the night, and I just have to show you where we are staying tonight. We are staying in this house. Look at the landscape and the views all around. It is so peaceful out here. There's a river over there and a beautiful sunset over the hills over there. By the way, don't be fooled by the daylight because it is actually about 11 p.m. So I need to get to bed, and I'll see you in the morning. Good morning from our final full day of this Iceland trip. The plan today is to drive around the Snæfellsnes Peninsula, stopping at the best spots, and then at last we will be completing our full ring road loop around Iceland by arriving back in Reykjavik this evening. Our first stop is here at the Kirkjufell mountain and waterfall. Look at that interestingly shaped mountain.
Girl, if you call me, I'd say that I'm all alone.
We have now officially made it to the western tip of Iceland here on the Snæfellsnes Peninsula. We are here on the Djúpalónsandur black sand beach. You can see the beach here, and on the other side, this is actually the Snæfellsjökull glacier volcano.
Don't hang up the phone. Please don't press that button. But why would you call me when I said we're not meant to?
Our last stop here on Snæfellsnes is at Arnarstapi, which has these cliffs by the water and lots of seabirds flying around.
How could I know what that meant to me? Should I press the button?
Now, after 2.5 hours of driving southward, we have at long last made it all the way back to the capital city of Reykjavik, which means we have now officially completed the full ring road loop around Iceland.
Might be the reason I'm writing this song to remember when we were together.
And with that, we have finally come to the end of this Iceland vlog. We successfully did the full ring road loop all around the perimeter of Iceland, seeing all the incredible natural sights in around 1 week. And I really hope you enjoyed coming along with me. Thank you so much, as always, for watching this video, and I will see you on the next adventure.
The purpose of this, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. The iceberg, that's just the tip of